Hello, everyone. Welcome to Touch and Eternity, the podcast. I'm your host, Sid Patrick, and here's my sidekick, Miss Alicia.
Nicole.
Nicole,
And
yes.
we are hoping for volume this evening.
Yes. So we started a little bit early just to let people start coming into the room. So we're gonna keep up. So tonight is going to be a talk, and we're gonna talk about auras and aura photography. And we got a little PowerPoint presentation. And I'm going to teach you guys a little bit how to see auras and what is the best way to look at them and how to interpret some too. So I'm going to talk a little bit about aura photography. Those of you who missed the class, well, we canceled the last class, but those who couldn't make any of the previous classes of aura photography, this is a little bit about what you would get in the class. So I would say this is, if you can't make the class, watch this podcast and you'll get a little bit about what's in the class itself. It's a 3-hour class where we all take an aura picture. We learn about the different ways and what to look for in reading that picture. And then we swap photos and we read for each other and learn and practice reading. And so it's a lot of fun. I'm hoping I can teach some of you guys some because I've been getting a lot of calls to go do events with my camera. And so I always need someone to tag along and help out with operating the camera and helping read if they can, if not, at least operating the camera and collecting while I read. Because I think last fair we read 102. I did 102.
It's a lot of readings
in 2 days.
Yeah. And to try and book your schedule even more, I just think that would be such a fun party idea this time of year. It would also be really neat, I think, for work events to do aura photography together, so that way you could see, oh, wait a second, this person has this yellow aura, so they're going to be great with their ideas. And this person, oh, I knew they had that fiery red aura about them. So that way it would just kind of be that confirmation, knowing who you need to go to. It would be a really fun, neat idea for this city, something different.
So we've done weddings, like like bachelorette parties. We've done one of my favorite things we did. We were invited. It was a new rum that recently came out. And they have like different flavors of rum. And
Yeah,
I
I
can't
know
think
what
of
you're
the name of
talking
it.
about. It's by Michelopolis or
Yes.
something. Yeah.
And they came down to the French Quarter of New Orleans and they hired us plus like a tattoo artist, plus a reader, plus a bunch of different things, and they hired us. And so when you came to test their rums, you could walk around and do these different things
hmm
from New Orleans,
Okay,
and we
so
were the aura photo
my first
people.
question on that
Huh.
one. While the people continued to imbibe, did their aura color change at all or get more
It
intense?
depends on their personality. Some people who are more happy when they drink were doing
hmm
real good. People got more intense. Their colors got more intense, or they got pulled in if they was like. So it just depends on how you handle yourself.
That's
So
true. That's a good
it
point.
just depends on how you handle yourself. So there's also I read a girl the other day. Well, I read a whole family the other day here at the house. They all came to get aura photos, all 5 of them, and she owns an aura machine, but she's never used it. And hers even has the one where you can actually have your animals done because they do have them for animals.
Oh, yeah.
They
I already know my girl's aura is red. She's sassy. She is a sassy little
I don't know if
minx.
you're asking. You gotta get them to be able to keep still.
Yeah.
You have to be able to get your animals to keep still because the ones for the animals they have to walk onto a plate. Because what the aura machine, what the aura camera does is so there's a plate, and the heat of your hand goes on it, and your aura is constantly changing because your body's temperature is changing, and so we wait till it gets to like a baseline, and then we freeze the time on it,
hmm
and then that's the
So it's
colors that we
more,
read.
it is more like a mood
Well,
ring where
yeah, because you got to remember your energy's constant. You got energy has layers, and so your energies out here are constantly moving because the air cools the energy and changes its color. So we
true.
want to get closer to. We want the core temp that's closer to your body. That's the colors that we want to read. That's going to be the truest of colors.
Okay.
So we usually get you to take a few breaths, and we wait for the colors to settle before we snap the shot, because we don't want like the exterior to
hmm
interfere with the color changes.
So back to this aura machine, where would one even purchase this?
Well, you first you got to be careful because I have I've had three, two or three. I know I've had at least two. I think that we might have gotten another one. But anyway, the old ones used to be with C100 Polaroid film because you used to take a quick picture right then and
Oh,
there,
like the shake it.
and you could
Yeah.
and then the film became extinct, and so well, it was hard to print, and it was expensive, like $100 for 10 photos. So the photo itself, and then you lost half of them because it was all expired film because they stopped making it,
Mm-hmm.
and so the price kept going up and up and up and up. So then we went to the computer, and that's much better. But now the cost of ink is so high, and you go through ink very quick
Yeah,
with them.
that's how they get you now. Printers are cheap, but ink is
Ink is
expensive.
expensive, and
Mhm.
so and you want good quality ink because you want your colors to come out really good. And so I think we go through. I think out of 100 photos, we went through three sets of ink. So that's a lot of ink.
That is a lot of ink.
That's a
Well,
lot
it's
of
a
ink.
lot of saturation of colors
Right.
too, and I'm sure it's very well. We'll see in the pictures tonight, but a lot of detail in those colors too.
And what we love is that even what's unique about my readings, Magni, you did too. Stacy went through three, right? Stacy, you still watching? I see you signed in. Stacy went through three sets. She said, I'm pretty sure she told me three. Magni posted he went through two. We did 100 with Magni, did 102 with Stacy photos in like 2 days, like two 7-hour shifts. That's a lot.
That is a lot.
At the very beginning of one fair, I literally did 23 people in the first hour. There was a line. People
Well, I
getting
imagine
mad.
because everyone wants to know when I tell people what I do. That's one of the first questions I get is, "Can you tell me my aura?" And the second question
Uh-huh.
is, "Can you tell me when I'm gonna die?"
And I would
And
say,
I'm
you know
like,
what you tell them? No, because you don't die.
"That's
I'm a
a
medium.
good. That's a
You
good.
don't die.
That's
You
a good
transition.
answer."
You see, Stacy says we went through three, and that's what I thought. Magni said we went through, but we might have had a full one, and I don't know where we were with the initial with Stacy or the initial with Magni.
But yeah, but everyone is always curious what their aura is, and there's a lot of questions around it.
Mm-hmm. And it's really so. This is really good for like what's cool about the system we have is that if you have a wedding, and Magni hates me for saying this because it's a pain to do, but we could put like, say if this is Bobby and Sue getting married, you could put Bobby and Sue's wedding and put the date, and so it's like a memory for the wedding.
Yes, like they can
And
put
if
that
it's an
on the
event,
fridge, like in
right.
a magnet, maybe.
Exactly.
Yes,
So you
that's
can make
cute.
it with somebody's birthday party we're doing.
Okay.
You can put the date and the
Can
person's
you
name on it.
do multiple people at once?
No, because it's only one hand thing. So you can only do one person at a time.
Is there a way that they could do that to
I mean,
ever
you
to
could
see how
you could buy. I think there are adopters you could buy, but I mean, the thing is, everybody's aura would be bumping into one another,
That's
so
why
it would be hard to distinguish who was who.
I think that would be interesting though to see if people did their individual auras and then did one together to see how each other might influence.
Well, you see that when friends come. Some friends have the exact same colors, and some don't. So you get to see who's alike in the group and who's different in a group. We can see that. But what we also do when we go to these events a lot of times is we'll do a photo and then we give them a discount when they come back and get a second one if they go get a healing. And then we go see how the healing has changed their colors. And so we can look at the color change post the healing.
Okay.
And so that's pretty cool as well. So yeah, it was 22 in the first hour. I know we had a lawn. They were hating on me. So let's look at some photos. Let's actually look at photos. So let's see here. Let's go to our share screen there. Aura photography. And let me go see. So, whew. So everyone that you're going to see in these photos have given us permission at one time or another to use their photos. And some of them might be online tonight and don't realize that we have their photos on. So please don't get embarrassed, but you did give us permission to use these. So this is one of our good friends. And when you look at the picture, if you make a cross from the top of the head to the neckline and across the eyes, that's what I'm looking at mostly. And what I'm looking at is if I'm facing the picture, to my left which is the right side of her body, is dad's side male and past. On the right side, or which is her left, her heart side of the body, is mom's side, female, future. Across the shoulders is her health line. Across her eyes is her relationship line. And in her crown, around her top of her head, is her spirituality, which hers is actually very dark. But anyway, but if you know her, she has a wild, wild, wild sense of humor. So, because actually, she's a lot of fun. Anyway, so when I look at her photo, things I want to look at is notice the blue in her past, and notice the green coming in the front. Notice the red, the orange at her shoulder line, along with the blue at her shoulder line. So, and I know a little bit about her history. So I'm going to talk. Oh, use the mouse. Okay. So if you look at, Magni wants me to use the mouse. So this is her shoulder line here. So notice the blue-green right here. Notice the orange here. So we're going to talk about all of this in this line here. So looking at this line, I know a little bit about her history. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what it's saying to me with her health. And so I'm not going to talk, I'm going to just give you basics because her health is private. But like I said, we had permission to use this photo. So I'm going to rat her out a little bit. So what I would tell her if I was doing a reading for her is, one, I would tell her she needs some blood work done, because that's what this orange and red is here. This is about blood work and emotional stress, which I know that she is under because of her job and stuff. Also here is green and blue, just blue-green. That has a lot to do with her neck, thyroid, and pancreas. So I look at endocrine and I look at neck. I already know she's had 5 neck surgeries. So that's also why she has that blue there.
Okay.
Okay, because that's the area that, and she's also a communicator. Her job is communication. She's a writer. She's also someone who, her main job, she's got her doctorate. I don't want to say too much about her career, but she's got her doctorate in a field where she goes to court and she has to communicate about patients. I'll say it that way. And so she's in court all the time communicating. Okay. And then she also she holds a very high position. And in that high position with the government, higher than the United States, I'll go there, because it isn't with the United States. It's a very high position. Her job is the communicator, the recorder. So she records. Now, what it also says here, looking at this in her past, with the communication, this is about money as well. But you look over here, this is about new money coming in, and this is 2 sources of income. See why I'm saying that? See the 2 lines of green?
Yes.
2 sources of income coming in. It's in her future side. And if you look across her relationship, a lot of orange in here. So that means there's some drama going on in there. And I'm not going to talk about that. That's a little personal. So I'm not going to get into her relationships. Okay, but she did have a little bit of drama going on when this was taken. And it's been resolved since then. And she's in a bitch. She's solved some things.
So if you took the another photo from now,
it would be different.
Okay, completely different. But do the main colors kind of remain the same?
No, they change. Your colors change all the time.
But how they say, like, people have a specific or a color associated with them. It changes
all the time. That changes all the time. Depends what's going on with you.
Okay, so essentially,
you might have a certain color that might stick with you, but its shading will change, its depth will change, its clarity. I'm looking at clarity. I'm looking at depth.
So we're just kind of like a human mood ring,
right?
Okay.
When it comes to your energy, and also looking over here, you can see here. So I would say this tells me that this is just her chakras, and it tells you like what kind of like her. These are all her chakras. What's going on down here? I don't know. It looks like somebody shot her, but I've never seen them. I don't remember seeing them like that.
That's
before.
part of the pictures as well. As
no, well, if you get the full report,
okay,
you'll get the chakra report.
Yeah.
Her heart looks good. Her creativity looks good. Her orange and her root look shattered for some reason. I don't understand why that's like that. I would have to go in depth about that. It's relationships and Now I do know that that also could be
Men can do that to you.
there's other things that could happen there. But what I'm more worried about is up here is her crown, because notice it's not that she needs to
It's
work
not
her crown more,
developed.
right. It needs some more development, and it could just be from because I know she gets hardly any sleep because of all the creative stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like she needs more spiritual connection. This looks like exhaustion up here, and you
Yes.
can even see that in her eyes. So I kind of think she's probably was exhausted when she took this picture. I would probably say that
Yeah.
as well. That there's
Halt.
some exhaustion.
Mm-hmm.
Do I see any dead people in this picture? They didn't leave her too much. I know her dead people because I read her a lot, but I don't see any in her. Like I don't see any clear marks in this particular picture, like you'll see in some.
So, based on what you just said, then, that you suspect she was tired when the photo was
Uh
taken,
huh.
and how we use the acronym when we read, not to read when we're hungry, angry,
Right.
lethargic, or thirsty, halt. Does that also apply for when you get your aura photos done? That maybe you
No,
should
no. You when
you
you get
just do
your
it
you get
whenever.
your photo done, it's just going to
Okay.
talk about how you are at
Where,
that moment, where you are at
okay.
that moment. Now, also, she is outgoing now because the width of her photo. And you'll see it when we get into some others. She's got a good width here, so she is trusting. Some probably too trusting, but she is somebody who does trust because she's got a good width. You'll see in some that people who don't trust, their auras are pulled in.
Yeah.
Hers is not pulled in.
Mine's probably friggin' huge then, because, I
Oh,
trust.
she says Maggie says I don't know why, but we do not see the mouse. Well, I'm using it.
Well, we'll just describe. Yeah, I trust everybody,
Yeah.
so
So
mine's
I'll
probably.
try. So I won't use the mouse. I'll try to describe where I'm saying I was using the mouse. So I don't
We've
know
got we've
why.
got volume right now. We're just
Yes,
happy
I'm
about
happy with the volume.
that.
I'm happy with the volume. Listen, can you see if I use the mouse over here? Can you see the mouse on this picture?
I don't think so.
Can you see the mouse now? No,
No.
probably not. Maybe if I used it over here, they could see it. But nope, I can't. No, I can't help if you can't see the mouse. Then I won't. I'll have to just
Well, I
explain
think
to you.
you've described it well.
Yeah. So that's one. So let's try another picture because I got several pictures to go through to kind of so you
Hi,
can kind of see
Haley.
the difference. So okay, so here's one that's kind of pulled in. So I would say she has some. She might. She is a kind of an outgoing person, but hers is a little more pulled in than the last photo. So I kind of think that she has some a little bit of trust stuff going on. Also, when I look at this, if you look at her male side, which is her right side, they got all that purple on
Mm-hmm.
that side. Purple is the color. Purple is the color of royalty. Royalty is also the color of loneliness or the color of feeling like I got to do everything myself. And it's on her male side. So when I see that, and I kind of know a little bit about her, it just tells me that with the man in her life, because I do know some things about her, but I kind of feel that she always felt like she had to take care of everybody, including the man in her life. That is just like that. So I would say that to her. You always feel like you have to take care of the man in your life. At times you feel alone handling the issues that are around you. Now, if you look around her head, all the way around,
Oh,
close
that's
to her head,
interesting.
she's got like a white glow
I
all
see.
around her head, and she's got a
Uh-huh.
white glow coming from her head.
Do you see wings?
So we going around her head like that,
Yeah, I
and
see wings
yeah.
on either side.
So yeah, that is spirituality. That white blending in with that
Mm-hmm.
blue. So she is a dreamer. I would say definitely she's a dreamer. Somebody who gets things in her dreams. Somebody that understands. She is a communicator. She demands communication in her relationships. Across her eyes, she's got that. If you look across the eyes, because she speaks her mind. I notice, girl, she speaks her mind. She's very communicative, even in her relationships. But that's also why sometimes she speaks it to the point that some people will withdraw from her because of the way because she's very straightforward. So they either like her or they don't. I love her because I know her dearly. She's got a heart of gold, this girl, and she's absolutely wonderful. All of my people are absolutely wonderful, but she's absolutely wonderful. And she's very spiritual. So I really love a lot of. She's really a wonderful person. So also looking at her health line, okay, I worry about later in life with her. I would tell her to work puzzles, do things. I am worried a little bit about early onset dementia or Alzheimer's or something neurological. just because of the way that purple hits her shoulders, because that is also a sign of that. So I would say I would look at that if I was reading this photo. And as far as her spirituality, she's very in touch. She's definitely a dreamer. She's definitely a seer. She's definitely somebody who can see things, do things. Now, I don't know if her mom is still living, but there's some kind of spiritual connection because the white is really heavy on that mother's side. So there's definitely some kind of spiritual and or connection down mom's tree. So I would definitely tell her that. I feel she's very connected. I do think she needs to work the root a little bit more. And a lot of her chakras are all covered with creativity. If you
What do you
look,
mean by that? They're covered in creativity.
Look at all the yellow.
Oh, okay.
Over there.
So can some of your chakras, can they be outlined in another color?
Well, they could be absence of color because they're not being worked like they need to be worked.
No, like outline. Like let's say like the blue chakra could have like a yellow lining around it. Like you're empathetic and very creative with how you approach your empathy.
It can. It can. I mean, but
it's
again,
not common, but
it's not common. No. But look at her. Look at how she got all the yellow in there.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying.
So right, and also she was studying mediumship while taking this photo.
Okay, that's why I was seeing all the blues and purples coming through. Also, so yeah,
she's also definitely, connecting there. Mm-hmm. Rhonda, you might be in one of these too, because these are all people that gave us permission to use their photos. Okay, now this is something completely different. So I love this photo because this is a photo of passion and loving what you do. And notice the pink. And I love. Notice the clarity change from the past to the future. Okay, look at the difference from past to future. Look at the white above her head. The message is coming in. She is channeling love for sure. She's probably, I wouldn't doubt if she's not a healer or has a very good healing touch. A lot of you healers do put out blue and green. But I also find if somebody really works from a place of love, they will also put out that golden pink or that maroon color, if they really come from a place of healing. And so she probably has a very healing touch. She definitely, I could be wrong, but I would either say she had two moms or two women that raised her. And it's because if you look in the crown on the mother's side, it looks like there's a split in the white. So it looks like she almost has two people that were really close on the female side that was very close to her, very dear to her. So I would say that have passed. So I would go to say that those are two significant losses, or two definitely spiritual beings that worked with her. So I would say that as well. I also feel too, when I look at this, when I look at health issues with her, I would tell her to watch her female side. Watch her female side.
Health.
Also, just the nurse in me kind of wants to say she probably went to school and carried a book sack. Why do you think I say that? Posture. Being a nurse.
Posture and just the way she's carrying a lot of burden and weight with her, and it's interesting that you say that.
Why am I saying that?
No, it's interesting that you say that because her shoulders, because she's used to carrying a lot of weight. Right. And it's weird that you say that because when you were saying healer and caring and loving what she does, I got teacher. I think she works with children or does something to educate. But
she's got a lot of love in what she does. There's a lot of passion in what this young girl does. And let's see what else I can tell you about her. When I look across her eyes, she definitely is looking for a soulmate. I don't know if she's married or not because I don't know her real well. But she's definitely looking for a soulmate and a partner. That's what the white is mixed with the pink and the red. So she's definitely looking for that soulmate, that partner, because I'm going right across the eyes. I'm looking at the clarity in those colors.
Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing a lot of yellow too, pulling at the top of the head, the crown.
Yeah, well, that's white actually blending with that color.
Oh, okay.
I also want to say to you too, I think that she was very close to her father. Look at the white, how it comes down and knocks her into the shoulder. There's definitely some kind of father or male connection over here. And again, I don't know if he's living or deceased, but there's something very strong there. Look at the color, how rich it is, and how the spirituality is dumps down there. So there's something definitely going on with that too. So if I was reading her, I would definitely say that as well. And this is my friend. She had a birthday yesterday. So happy birthday to my friend. And I don't think she's watching, but it was her birthday. So it was her birthday yesterday. She was born the 18th was her birthday. So, and I forgot to wish her happy birthday. I was on the phone with her and I forgot to wish her happy birthday.
Well,
So bad. I called back and left a message.
You had a busy
and
week.
I tried to call her today and then she didn't answer. But anyway, so again, this much love on her father's side, and her father is in spirit. So that's definitely what the white line is down here. Her dad is definitely in spirit. That lot of love there. There's a lot of compassion and love there. Anybody that knows this woman, she has got the gift of gab with her. That's that blue, the communication. She is a very spiritual person, though she doesn't try to do this type of work. So, but she's very communicative. She's able to communicate with people. She's very good with kids. She's an absolute charm. Love this woman. She's actually one of my best friends, and haven't talked to her in a long time because our lives took different paths. When I left the center, and she lives kind of a long distance, and her job keeps her busy, and my new job's keeping me busy. I don't get to see her too much, but an absolute doll. But definitely communicative. Now, if I was going to tell her what to look at, I would tell her to watch anything in her endocrine system like thyroid, pancreas, anything endocrine related. Also with that pink coming in mixed in with that white, I would also tell her look for something neurologically or with bones. With her bones, those are the things I would tell her just to watch. I don't think there's anything going on with her now. Lots of spirituality. And you got to remember, at least you're seeing a lot of white in these pictures, is because all these folks had just taken a class. And what's really funny is like sometimes when I read people at home, they get no white. But yet when we did the fair, I think Stacy can tell you, at the fair, almost everybody had white because we were at a spirit fair. So everybody was in that spiritual mood. So everybody had white in their photos just about.
Yeah, because there's definitely lines on either side in almost every single one of these.
Yes, and yeah, we had just did a class, so they were all connected. And
speaking of lines, there's tons of lines in this one.
Here's another, and I know all these people very well. And here's another one of my lovely friends, and she is looking absolutely fabulous with all her blue and green, and she's definitely a healer. She's definitely got a healing touch. She's got that blue and green healing. She's got the white coming down both sides of her, going past her shoulders, so that's definitely a sign of healing. What I would say with this is that it looks on the male side, she definitely has a loss of a father or male figure that she was very close to. Notice how on the male side, her aura is fluffier than her female side, which tells me she gets along better with men than she does women. Okay, that's also a sign of that. Also, look at how rich the colors are on the male side compared to the female side. That's also a sign that she would get along.
Depth, okay.
The depth of color. She gets along better with men than she does. Well, that means she doesn't get along with me. She prefers. She develops relationships quicker with men. Now, when I'm also looking at this, I see the white coming down on her crown, which does look like a little yellow, but that could be just because the photo's been blown up. A little bit too, but so looking at that, it just kind of tells me that she does have a core aura, which means that she has that white that goes all the way around her, and it's very strong. So I feel she definitely has an intuitive presence, and it even shows up in her side photo as well. I was going to say
that's huge, the purple.
Yes, and so that means she's very intuitive. That means she's a dreamer. That means that she's connected. It means that she also has a healing touch, and also, she has a little bit of purple on that male side, which means that she gets along with men, but she's also distancing herself from a certain man.
That also shows that she's smart.
Yeah. All right. Now let's see. Let's move on.
Oh wow! I've never seen one like that.
Now this is one of my. She's one of my psychic mediums.
Okay, I was gonna say this seems. My first thought when I saw this seems like a very pure. She
is a psychic medium and she's a healer. Okay, she does both, and she works actually at a healing place. But her photo is practically all white and purple. Definitely spiritual. Definitely white. When in her relationship line. It's white, which means that and she's got pink, which means she just loves people. She loves everyone. The white, I would say, with her health being on her shoulders like that, I tell her watch her mentation. As she gets older, pay attention to her mentation. Do puzzles, do crafts, do things to keep your mind busy, because she can fall into that right brain where you completely right brain where you kind of forget where you're at.
Do you think that doing spiritual work, though, as you get older, that's not enough to keep your mind active?
No, because I get lost because it's all right brain. I got lost going down a straight road, and I had to pull over and figure where am I at, because I had been working for so many hours in my right brain. I totally lost.
I've seen what it does to y'all after a long day.
Yeah, you gotta take a minute and ground
and get your pickles.
Senses, yes, and get your senses back. But very spiritual. Also, she has. When I look at this, I see passions of love, but I also see feelings of loneliness. And if you look, she has 3 angels working with her. You see the lines that are going into the top of her head. I can show you, but they can't see it. She has 3. We can point to, but she's actually got 3 like beams of light going into her top of her head. And that's just her spiritual people or beings working with, what you want to call them, angels, spiritual beings, high energies, whatever that is. She has those spikes going right into her crown. So again, these people were all taking a class when this happened. So that's why you have so much white in these photos.
Okay.
Now, here's comes somebody different.
You're showing like the most extremes now. This is all, I've never seen this much green.
Oh, wow. Oh, I have. You gotta come hang out.
I know.
So this young lady she actually owns a store like my store was. She owns a store in Slidell. So she's extremely creative. She comes from a different culture, so she kind of leans to her culture with her store. And she's also one of my students. Yes, it is. That is her, Denise. And she's absolutely wonderful. She's one of my mediumship students. She does a lot of travel with me and stuff. She has her own shop now, and she's very creative. But the green is like, this was taken like when she was just really getting into her store, and that's all the finances coming together, and the hard work coming in. The red on the female side, and that's why she has a lot of that. But all the yellow is all the creativity that she was involved in. And the green also is about value and about love and healing, because she's also very good with healing. Yes, Denise, she's very sweet. She is very sweet. So she has been to every touch in eternity. She travels with me. She comes all over. She's absolutely phenomenal, and she's very sweet. But great colors for her, and definitely describes her to the T. Health-wise for her, she's got to watch her heart. She is in love, so that's why also that could be in that green, because she has a fiance now, so that could be part of that coming in there too, because the green is also the heart. But also with her health, she has to watch the heart. But across the eyes, she has the green, which that could be the love of her life coming in, so she has to watch, there too. But in her crown, she has the yellow, and that's creating her spirituality, and she's pioneering it. So like she's out there and trying out and learning and investing in her spirituality right now. So
it's
that's really
interesting because the colors and the way everything is, and I don't know too if it's the shape. It reminded me of a dinosaur egg.
Yep.
And I think that's because also I view eggs as kind of like its promise and its hope, and there's that like just hopefulness and excitement of life here.
And most of these have had pretty fluffy auras. Like I haven't had like at the last fair we were at, we had a lot of people who were really like not trustworthy, but they were spiritual. And I think that was the last one. That was the last one.
Well, that was a good variety.
So that was a little bit. Let me go back and change the screen so we can go back and chat a little bit. So that was a little bit about how we read auras and what we look for. Now, what I recommend to people when they first want to go like see auras for the first time, or you really want to start looking for auras, if you ever go to like a talk or a lecture or a class, or and they got like a speaker and they're standing in the front of a room, look through them, look past them, and you'll see on the wall, you'll see an outline of their body. That's their energy. That's their aura forming on that wall. That's their auric field. And so sometimes you can't see the color; it just looks like white light that's outlining the body.
Do you?
Some people have to sense it rather than know the color.
Okay, that was
Yeah,
going to be my
I know
third
what
eye. I'd stop reading me. I can't ask the question if you read it before I ask
You're
it.
sitting with a psychic.
I know, but still, they don't know.
I know. So sorry, but that's it. But yeah, but that's a lot of times you'll see the. It's like when you look at the tree. In the summertime, if you go outside, trees put out a phenomenal aura. And if you look like at a tree at a distance, you'll see the line about an inch around the tree, and outline the top of the tree, and that's the energy of the tree. So trees have an aura. I mean, every living thing has an aura. Like even like Mavis Patilla said, she was a phenomenal meeting who's passed on, who's transitioned from the Arthur Findlay. She says even a fly has an aura. She goes, I've never seen one on one. She goes,
Yeah.
they have one.
I know we've talked about countries and things. So you think buildings too can have auras then? Because it's non-living.
It's non-living. But buildings have ley lines, which are energetic lines in them that can affect you. So we'll have that conversation about ley lines one time.
We'll add that to the calendar
to the
and
calendar
do it.
list.
Yes.
So do you guys have any questions about auras, or did you kind of understand kind of what I was showing you with aura photography? Kind of how we were getting the questions. Now Stacy learned a lot because she did 102 of them with me, and Magni knows a bunch because he did a whole. Magni's been doing them with me. So, we are in a process of training a couple people to run the equipment because Stacy's gonna have be out for a little bit. So we are training a couple people to, when we do events, to come run the cameras and stuff while I read. But any questions about it? Okay, so let's talk about. Let's get way deep with it then. Mm-hmm. Let's talk about the phone call I had. Ooh. Speaking of energy.
Yeah.
I can't talk about that online just yet.
Not yet. That'll be.
But we'll talk. But we'll talk about something around it, maybe.
Yes. You. I learned tonight that you were cheating on me already, and that you have another podcast.
Yes, I have
that's coming up. So
yes, I have another.
Do you want to talk and share about that?
So let me get the proper name because I don't want to mess it up. So I am going to be doing another podcast, but I want to get it right. Oh God, look at all the people trying to reach me. Okay.
I think it's on your Facebook page.
Is it? You saw it?
I did see it because I was like, "What's going on?"
Oh, she caught me cheating.
Yeah. Oh. I will sniff it out.
So it's called. It's put out by Quest, and it's called It's a journey into true crime and the paranormal, which Misty Gaither is the host for that podcast, and we are going to be starting in January a podcast called Unveiling Solutions, investigating unsolved, unexplained, the missing, and cold cases. And so we have been asked by several people to investigate certain things. And so we're going to look at it and talk about it. And I will be on there starting after the first of the year with Misty Gaither and Dina Lally and myself. And so this is three of us, and we're investigating certain things, and we'll be talking about it there. And I will be bringing it also to you here.
That should be good. That reminds me, Netflix is coming out with a special on the JonBenet murder, because we're getting to that holiday time of year. Please tell me you're going to do an episode on that.
It's old.
It is old, but those are the things that still keep people interested because it's unsolved crimes. And
is it though?
Well, we have an idea,
right? So,
but for the average person, that is who is.
But you have to understand when you do something like that, you set yourself up for liability. Well, and so you have to be careful.
Yeah, and
so you really can't say what you think, because then you're setting yourself up for a liability, and you're also preventing that if they do find something, they can't try it, because it would sway.
Yeah, but there's been a lot of podcasts though with a lot of other podcasters and even documentarians with their strong views
Right.
on things.
So I will think about it, but we're going to try to do a lot of local stuff
Oh, okay.
because we want to go do the investigations.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like we've already had a couple of
I'll
investigations
tag
already.
along. I'll tag along with you.
So-
I'll find out where you are, and then I'll just show up.
I have no problem bringing you. I have no problem bringing you along.
Thank you.
You know, so you can come along with us.
Thanks.
I have no problem with that. So, so one of the things, being in the business that I'm in, and yes, Rhonda, Stacy got a crash course and she did well. One of the things being in this field that I get a lot of calls, and I get a lot of people that call me about, and I think I've talked about this. I get a lot of calls about possession, or about, I don't want to call it possession. I get a lot of calls about energy takeovers. And Stacy can tell I had a really wild one. Stacy got her first one the other day, and that's the one you heard about. That I'm not going to talk about it now, because I'm not going to talk about it now, but because I don't have all the facts yet, to talk about it, and to have permission to talk about it. But Stacy did get her first taste of it.
What did Stacy think? Was she kind of like, wow?
Stacy, what did you think?
Yeah.
Stacy's in the vlog.
I know she's in the vlog. I'm just kind of
Stacy,
like,
what did you think about the call you got yesterday? Without revealing
I
anything,
know,
what did you think about
yes.
How did you think about the call you got the other day?
Okay, thank you, Stacy and I are gonna have fun. We'll be in the back with our champagne.
Right. So, I get a lot of calls about, I told y'all once about the guy who came to my house who told me he was possessed by Satan, and he sat in my kitchen and he growled at me and talked to me at the same time, and and I'm like, okay.
Was this the one that didn't want Satan to be removed? Okay, because he developed the bond.
He developed the bond with Satan, and
yeah.
I and again, and do I believe these people? Yes, I do believe them. I don't doubt anybody, but I had to take a reality check, and I talked to Stacy about this. I'm not young anymore, and I have to understand that, and I'm also a medium, so I reach higher planes, and I talk to spirit in very high levels of spirituality, and I don't need to be mixing or being exposed to such low level vibrations.
Mm-hmm.
And so I will help these people, but I can only help them so much. Whenever I have someone who comes to me now with possession or thinks or energy, what I call energy takeovers, because possession's really hard to prove. With an energy takeover, the first thing I will always do is give them some things to try on their own. And the second thing, yes, Sita, I do have to protect myself. I will give them something to try on their own to help them rid whatever they feel is going on. If that's unsuccessful, I will find whatever their faith is and steer them in a direction of finding someone in their faith and see if they can get that kind of help. Last resort is I would go and maybe go with a group, but I would not go alone. So I got a call yesterday. Well, I didn't get a call. Stacy got a call yesterday. And so I'm going to talk to someone and see if they, if I'm going to give them some things to do first. If they're not happy with that and they want to meet, I will only meet if my team, which is the other two people that I'm going to be doing the other podcast with, because they all have experience in working with people with negative or energetic attachments. And so I will go with them, but I will definitely have some protection before I go.
Now, when you say protection, would you bring a priest with you?
Priest only works if the person's Catholic, so you gotta know that. So
true.
So
this is New Orleans,
right,
so I just assume about 80% of our city is Catholic, or at least on Good Friday. So would you bring a priest or their spiritual leader of their choice?
First, a priest would not go.
Okay.
Priest is going to make them see a psychiatrist first.
Okay, so there's a level of...
There's a level that...
they have to do certain steps first.
And before they even get seen, they're going to have to be seen by a psychiatrist. once they get evaluated by a psychiatrist. And I explain this to people. Like, this isn't like they just come here and start an exorcism, because first they got to make sure that you can mentally handle said exorcism, because it's grueling, it's long, and it's a lot, and you're going to go through a mental change. And so they got to probably make you get evaluated first. Then they got to go take whatever that finding is, along with what they found, both the medical and the spiritual. And then they got to take that to, to the main
diocese,
the archdiocese.
And then the diocese is probably like, yes, for a small fee, we will look at these papers.
Don't get me started on small child.
I was thinking the same thing too.
I know you were. But anyway, they got to approve it. Must be nice. They got to approve it.
Mm-hmm.
And then once they approve it, then they would send someone out to do it. And there's only a couple in the United States, I believe, that are priests. And I know one of them is in California. And I know that, I think his last name is, I used to know his name. I can't. I also know Lorraine Warren's nephew is one that can do them.
Okay, that's interesting.
The nephew is
they're following in the family footsteps.
Right. Well,
I like that.
He's capable. But again,
do they still have the Annabelle doll?
Yeah. Oh, there's a whole museum.
I've heard about the museum because I believe
I wouldn't go to it. You're studying mediumship.
No,
I wouldn't go.
No, I do not want to.
Because you're open.
I know, but because both of the Warrens have passed, if I know correctly, and so does the Oh,
there you go, Zeta. Well, maybe I can refer him to that. Thank you, Zeta.
So, do you think the guardianship of Annabelle then has passed to the son or their nephew? Because I mean, that's just not like something like, oh, we can have it out on the side of the road. Whoever picks it up, be gone with it. You can't. So, do you think that has to be entrusted to their lineage?
Yeah, I guess. I mean, like I said, it depends on what's there. You never know what energy's there, and that's the whole thing. Is that if I go, I'm only going to identify the energy.
Okay.
I'm going to see if I can identify what energy there is, and then I got to look at how to get rid of it. Because sometimes it's not something even the church is going to touch. Sometimes it's something that I might need a shaman to touch. Because it might be, we are on Indian burial grounds. It could be something that was, it might need an Indian. It might need a shaman, Indian. It might need a priest. But it also, what people don't realize too, is that in order for the person to rid themselves of the energy, they have to believe in the power that's there. And so I got to also look at this the person's, I don't want to say who it is, the person's belief system. I got to look at their belief system and say, hey, is this going to work? Is this person's belief system going to allow them to get rid of it?
Okay, so back to what we did this evening. If you were to take
an aura photo
of this woman right now.
She'll have an aura because
she would have an aura, but would it be influenced?
And well, after what I told you, would tap it into it, probably red.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yes. But I mean, and you would, and I'm sure certain areas would also be very inflamed, or maybe just everything. But so that would obviously show in the aura photo.
It could. Yeah, but you wouldn't see you wouldn't see the energy. You'd probably just see the effects. You'd probably see the effects of what it has done to her energetically. Because the aura photo is your energy.
But you wouldn't see like how you can see so and so has passed. You wouldn't see a line.
One time that I did one. So I did one years ago. It was a girl, and Mayfio was the demon that was inside of her, and she had belonged to a cult. I was living on Montague Street with Denise back then. So this had to be 1990 maybe. This was a long time ago. And there was a woman called me. She was a psychic, and her best friend's daughter had belonged to some cult. And she got away from the cult because they gotten her pregnant. They wanted to steal her baby.
Mm-hmm.
And they said the baby was the seed of this demon Mayfio, and it was Mayfio's baby, and they wanted it
naturally. Yeah.
So they got her away from the cult, but apparently when they did the ultrasound, this is like before I was even a nurse, but when you look at the ultrasound, you could see another image in the ultrasound.
That's creepy.
It was creepy.
Yeah.
And when she came to see me, she said that anybody she went to help her get to help this girl, something would happen to them because Mayfield was known to attack all your greatest fears. So like the mother of the girl, when she called her, woke up that morning because she had a fear of suffocation with the plastic that you hang over clothes was all wrapped around her head. She almost suffocated. And then when she was driving over to go meet the girl, she had a car fear of drowning. She ran into a ditch and the car started filling with water.
Yeah.
So she was asking me, was I afraid to go meet her? And I'm like, well, no, because I don't believe I don't believe in negativity. I'm positive. I don't believe.
This is why I don't have kids.
So,
I don't believe in that.
I don't believe in it. So I went and met with the girl, and basically her problem was she gave the group the power. She believed in all this, and so my work with her, when I worked with this girl, and back in 1990, how I helped her was to get her to disconnect from the belief of the entity.
Okay.
And once I got her to disbelieve in the entity, she had a normal child.
Okay, that was, you obviously know that's going to be the next question.
So that's what it took. It took me to get her to denounce it. I mean, we could do that, Tina, but right now in the unsolved crimes, we're going to be doing investigations on unsolved things. So we already. So one of my best friends dated a serial killer. So they haven't found all the bodies. We're going to try to find some of those.
Can you say the serial killer, or are we waiting until January?
So we're going to wait till we do it. We're gonna wait, but some of y'all already know who he is because if you've been in any of my classes, y'all have actually seen photos of him.
Okay.
But so one of my friends dated a serial killer, and so
that's interesting.
And so I have this photo, and I've met people that know him.
Yeah.
And so he's local. He killed 23 people. And they haven't found everybody yet. I don't think.
That's terrible.
So we're gonna see if there's any we can go try to see if we can find and that kind of stuff. But anyway, so getting her to detach from believing
was her belief was what gave it the power.
Was what gave it the power. Yeah. So that's why I tell people, don't buy into things. Like even with your illness, don't buy into your illness. Mm-hmm. Believe in the healing. Don't believe in the illness. Believe in the healing. Believe that you can recover. Believe in the healing. See yourself healthy. See yourself getting better.
I see myself dancing on Saturday with a flute in my hands. Yes.
So that power is so strong, and that's why I got belief in that, is when I saw with the change in that girl. And I did another one in Chalmette with a young girl who had some entity that wasn't attached to her, was just in her house, and we had to cleanse the house.
Got a lot of interesting energies.
This little Tina, she was little, she was like 12 years old, but she was little bitty. But it grabbed her by the head, yanked and pulled her down the hall. Like it was just her hair. You see her hair out,
leave the hair
going down the hall, and I'm like, oh. But that was a lot of stuff going on in that household that I did.
Yeah, well, that's Kellyanne. That's definitely something that we do. You could do a reading on that.
Yeah. That's something that we could probably look at.
I could work at that too. Yeah, if you want to share a picture with her, of her to us.
You don't even need a picture.
I work by pictures right now, so okay. I'm not as advanced as you.
I'm
sorry, some of us are still learning.
No, he did not. But Denise, I lived in River Ridge, and there was a murder in my apartment that somebody was stabbed in. It might be there, but that wasn't the murder.
I read a tour book years ago about New Orleans before I moved here, and there's a statistic in it that said at any given time there are 3 murderers in the French Quarter. And I'm a very gullible person, but I absolutely do believe that statistic, based on people that I have seen and just experiences I've had there.
I've seen that many murders in the French Quarter in a weekend.
Yeah.
I was there when I was actually from 20 feet from where the car door of a car opened up and the guy stuck his gun, shot his own brother. Pow, 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 shut the door and took off.
Thank you, Tina.
And walked right over him like, oh, here comes EMS. because he was dead. I was like,
Yeah, I did see one that was terrible. And this was when they were filming NCIS here was do you remember this? It was a man killed his lover and it was right on Bourbon Street. And this was awful because I was walking to work at the time and they were bringing out the body and they had the coroner truck there and all these tourists were around taking pictures and they thought that it was for NCIS
oh.
that it was being filmed for. I was like, no, sorry, y'all. This is just normal
I just
day
don't
in the
get
quarter.
it. Why do you want to go to jail for life for killing somebody?
Because some people
why
don't
not?
know.
Why not just leave?
Yeah, because some people don't know how to let go of that energy, and they don't realize, hey, sometimes it's better. I saw a great quote today.
I mean, if you're gay, I might understand you need to go be Bubba, but I'm just saying.
Yeah,
But,
if you've decided you're done with something, yeah, like why do you need to do that? And I read this quote today, and we don't believe in coincidence, and I thought it was wonderful, and it said, after you take the garbage out, do you ever go and check on your garbage to see that it's still there?
No.
No. So why do you care what your ex is doing?
I don't.
Exactly. So I thought that was just really a wonderful quote that came up. And
it's like when I counsel people, one of the things I tell people, like when you break up with, this goes for guys and girls. So if I have any guys out there, I'm not picking on you guys because I want you to do the same thing. When you break up somebody, your only mission in life is to hurt their feelings. Find somebody better.
Yes, and have fun.
And have fun and hurt their feelings.
Yes.
That's all you need to do. Don't kill them. Make them live in misery. Hurt their feelings.
Yes, you've already done the worst by leaving and them knowing that you're still around and doing great without them.
Yeah. As I tell people, don't shoot them. Hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
And y'all can be in competition. Who can hurt the feelings first? I tell us the guys and girls, when you break up with somebody, don't get angry. Enjoy life and hurt their feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's all you do.
Time to move on.
And move on.
Don't check on your garbage.
No, don't. It's like there's a reason why you were together, but there's also a reason why you break up. And I gotta be honest. And God knows I've dated a lot of people, but I can be honest. I can't tell you not one person that I've dated in my life, or even married, because I have an ex. Mm-hmm. I cannot say that I dislike any of them, and I can't say that I dislike any of them, and I can't say, and I'm still friends with most of them to this day. Those that are still alive that I haven't killed yet.
Yeah. there's a list somewhere. Yeah.
No, because some that have passed, but for the majority of them, I cannot say that I have bad feelings towards any of them, and I cannot say that if they would call me today that I would have anything angry to say to any of them.
Yeah, same. Because for the most part, I'm ambivalent. Like, right, I hope you're doing well. Okay, great.
I moved on. You moved on. We had fun.
Didn't happen for a reason. And here we are.
Here we are. Yeah. Let's have a drink.
Exactly.
Pour the champagne.
Yes.
So, guys, life's too short to hold on to things. That's what I tell people. Enjoy your life. So I think next week when we meet, I think, so one of the things that the Touching Eternity podcast is about introducing you guys to Touching Eternity Orlando that's coming up in June next year. And I am going to do a couple of readings because I know that I don't want y'all to think I'm trying to sneak out on you guys without doing at least one or two readings. But one of the purposes of Touching Eternity, the podcast, is to get people together to teach them also a little bit about what's coming up in June next year in Orlando, so we can have a big old party in Orlando, because this is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Because it's now posted on my website, and we got all the teachers lined up. We have a psychic artist who's going to be teaching psychic art. There's going to be Scott's going to be there doing trance, and Dominic's there doing mediumship. I'm there doing a little bit of mediumship and self-development. And we have another lady who's going to be doing some meditations and just helping you get into the swing of things. So it's going to be a fun conference. We have a mimosa night where it's a meet and greet. So
okay. Yeah.
That's all included in the price. There'll be a live seance included in the price where you're going to sit in seance and you'll get to experience live seance. There'll be
now Orlando has a lot of energy.
Oh yeah, it does
too. I used to live there. Did I ever tell you that?
No, we'll talk about that.
I lived there for like 6 months.
And there'll be a Dominic will be doing a gallery. I will probably do a gallery either with him or do one on my own. And we'll also have Aura Photos there.
Ooh.
There'll be Aura Photos available there.
Yes.
Now, Aura Photos won't be, that'll be extra, but all the other stuff is included in the price of the conference. And it's a 5-day, it's Wednesday to Sunday. It's a 5-day conference. And what I love about the hotel is it's like literally 10 minutes from Disney.
Which one?
It's the Holiday Inn Lake Buena Vista, and it's 10 minutes from Disney, and it has a shuttle that will take you to all the theme parks, and it's included in the hotel room price.
And you can probably see the fireworks from Magic Kingdom based on that location.
Yeah, it's close.
Yes.
And so it's a great hotel, and the hotel was very nice and kind to us. They have literally, like the hotel room's only $79 a night, and they charge you it says $30 when you there, but they only charge when you check out. It's only $15. It's a resort fee, but that's for like the bus and the towel service and all that, and the free parking if you drive, because it's not free if you don't attend the conference. If you don't get a room there, you have to pay for parking. So when you get your room there, you get free parking if you decide to drive.
I really like Days Inn too lately, or Holiday Inn. Yeah, Holiday Inn. Thank you. I think they've really stepped up their game lately, because I do a lot of travel, as we know, and overnights. And lately, I've had such better experiences at Holiday Inn than Marriott. Marriott, you really need to step up your game. Right. The pillows have been better at Holiday Inn. The rooms have been cleaner. I've been very pleasantly surprised.
I'm not real happy with Marriott right now. In fact, I have a conference with one of my friends who used to work for Marriott when I get off the podcast. So we're gonna be talking some smack about Marriott in a few minutes.
Yeah.
But
hashtag bad Marriott.
Bad Marriott. But so that's the purpose. And soon you're gonna be seeing Scott's gonna be coming on this podcast, probably during Christmas time, and so will Dominic when we're down. For the holidays, they'll be coming on and talking about what they do, and talk about trance work, and talk about mediumship and that kind of stuff. We'll do a special, and then with them, then I'm gonna see if I can get them to key in while we're on. They can't come on at 8:00 at night because they're on the other side of the world. So it's 2:00. It's 2:00 in the morning over there, right?
And they don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to see us.
Right, exactly. So that is the purpose of the podcast, is just to keep everybody going on with what's going on in the spirituality world, and get everybody prepped up for Touch in Eternity, the conference, which is coming up.
We are planning to be on.
I will be here. Yes. I will be here for sure. And I don't know if my friends, are you cooking that night?
You don't want me to cook. I can cook some things.
I don't know. You were telling that man you could cook.
I'm very limited. I can make tacos. I don't know. I make really good quiches.
Okay. I love quiche.
Okay. I was actually going to make a quiche this weekend.
Oh, you have to invite me over. Or bring me a piece.
Maybe. My parents are coming in town Sunday.
Okay.
My mother has not stopped talking about Magni, and she is very excited to meet him. So
she speaks Norwegian?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, but her family is from Norway. So we will. I was planning on being here on next Wednesday.
Okay, so we will be here next Wednesday. So it's what I'm talking about is on Christmas Day and New Year's Day are both on Wednesday. So I don't know when and I'm gonna be out of the country. Mm-hmm. I'm actually gonna be out of country but I might be able to do the podcast from my phone. But I don't know how I'm gonna be able to tag you in.
We can always do some pre-recorded.
Maybe because I'll leave next week. So next Wednesday, come early. We'll do a pre-recorded one for the Wednesday that I'm on the cruise ship.
Okay. Should we draw some like travel themes, like a
I have a Hawaiian shirt.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
I have a Hawaiian shirt I can put on.
Oh, because I completely forgot. I was going to order us some Pilgrim Chic outfits so we could have the little hats and everything. But no,
don't do that.
No.
I won't wear it.
No.
You'd be lucky to get me in the Hawaiian
We're
shirt.
doing Hawaiian shirts next week.
Yeah, we'll do that for the one where I'm on the cruise ship.
Mm-hmm.
We could set up. We could put a. We could see if they got a cruise ship. They could get like we on a cruise ship.
Yes,
Together,
yes,
bring
a
some
background.
umbrella music
And a little parrot somewhere.
Yeah. Oh, guys. All right. So let me see. Let me see if I can tap in here for a
turn
minute.
your light off.
Turn that light off so I don't see infinity forever.
Do you want it soft?
Okay, so guys, get ready to start typing. Y'all know how this works. If you understand what I'm saying, I need you to type, because that's the only communication I have, because I can't see you. I cannot hear you. So I just need you to type if you understand what I'm saying. Ooh. Okay. Right. So, I want to know, I got a woman here. She appears to be a mother to me. Also with her is a dog. And so I need to talk about the dog, because the dog seems to be what I need to talk about for some reason. This mother figure comes to me, I think she passed from illness, but in your childhood, y'all would have had a poodle, and that's not common. Because this dog looks like it's a curly-haired dog. If it is a poodle, it's a curly-haired dog. And this woman would have passed from illness. She comes face forward. It's going to be mother, grandmother, but there's a poodle in this childhood.
Grandma.
Huh?
You're reading my grandma.
That's fine. So there's you. Is anybody out there that understands that? There's illness. This is going to be mother, grandmother. I keep seeing the curly-head dog, the poodle. Alicia, this is you?
Yeah.
Is anybody else? Before I continue to read Alicia. Because I will read her.
Because I got a strong woman, strong energy.
Okay, so hold on. So
yeah.
I've never read her before, actually.
Mm-hmm.
So what is significant? Are you going to Florida? Was she in Florida? What is it about Florida? What is the thing about Florida? Because she brings up the state of Florida to me. So what is that about?
I
know you lived in Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
You said that.
My
sister. But there's something more here.
Yeah, my sister still lives there. And her daughter has a very strong affinity for.
Okay, because she brings up, she just brings it up. She says there's more to it than you just have lived there.
Yep.
So she brings up the state of Florida.
It is.
And also too, as I'm connecting to her, now, did she also with her? Did she have something neurological with her passing, or with her pressure or heart? What's up with that?
I believe she died from pneumonia.
Because why do I feel my head feels clogged and stuffy? Just know that I'm saying that, because she is giving me that feel, so I got to say that about her. And now, would she have attended your graduation? What is she talking about the graduation, or who graduated? She showed me the cap and gown picture.
I don't know.
Somebody I can't see. Hold on.
Someone's grandmother also had poodles. A
Okay.
Small poodle.
I can't see the dog. I see in black and white. So Tina, your grandmother had poodles too, and do you have a cap and gown picture of you, or would she have a cap and gown picture of you when you were young? Because I could be doing a piggyback. All I saw was a curly head dog with this woman, which to me looked like a poodle.
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand this was a distinct picture that they put in my head, was the cap and gown picture. And do you understand the state of Florida? So I got to see if it's something else and if it wasn't her. Poodles and picture that she... Okay, that's fine, but you understand the cap and gown picture. That's fine. And Tina, do you understand the state of Florida? Specifically for you, would it be but you it wasn't. But for you, would it be the panhandle of Florida? Nothing about Florida. Oh, I'm piggybacking that.
Yeah, I can't remember if my grandmother attended my high school graduation.
I didn't say she attended. I said there's a picture.
I had some great pictures.
Okay, because this would be a picture. I did not say she attended. I see the picture.
Mm-hmm.
This is not saying she attended it. She's showing me like a picture.
Yeah.
And Tina, do you have a legal case going on right now? My poodle, she was my first dog. My mother passed in 2000, but she was with me for my graduation. Okay, that's fine. Nothing about Florida other than going to Disney. That's possible, but I won't. So I could be with three of y'all. Let me try to rule this out. Which one of y'all that I'm with? Okay. who has the grandfather that was in the military that was married to this woman that would either work for the government or was in the military? Do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
You do? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I might be with you, but let me see what they say. Tina, do you understand that? Jennifer, do you understand it? I can take all but the poodle. It was a different dog. Rhonda, it would have been a curly haired dog. Not me. Okay, Tina, it's not you. Who's the other one? I ruled out Tina. Jennifer, do you understand the grandfather being in the military or working for the government? Dad was in the army. Okay, so Jennifer could be with you. Rhonda, no, it was definitely a poodle because it was definitely a poodle that I saw.
I think it was my grandmother because when you started reading, I got a shudder and I felt it on the side.
It
of
could
my
be the
body,
both of you because it's
so-
called the piggyback. It could be the two of you
okay, I
because
didn't know about that.
she's got the same thing.
Okay.
So I'm good. So I'm not sure about the grandfather. That's okay. Was it Joe? But if your father was, they come across the same way to me, Jennifer. So that's possible. Let me give you some more information. Jennifer, let me ask this question. This will clear it. Is your father passed? I gotta wait for it to pop up. Jennifer, is your father passed? Because the guy I saw was dead. Well, passed. I don't want to say dead. That's so hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I could be with Jennifer or you. So I just because it came up that was married into that side of the family, then that there was somebody in the military and all that. So could be with either one of you. I got to give you more information. Do you understand the relative name Jimmy? Do you?
I don't know.
It's okay. It's okay, Jennifer. They could be gone a long time. Jennifer, do you understand a relative named Jimmy? Living or deceased? Now Rhonda's screaming yes. Tina does. Tina's screaming. Tina's back in the game. Lord, I'm reading all y'all. Rhonda's like, I know Jimmy. Not that I know of. Okay, you don't know a Jimmy either.
No.
All right, I just got. Yeah, I want to do. Okay, so watch this. I'm gonna make this funny. Rhonda and Tina, do y'all consider Jimmy can sometimes be an ass?
Our spirits are always funny.
Yeah, okay. So Rhonda, yeah, you're probably piggybacking in there too. I got tons of piggybacks tonight. Okay, so anyway, Rhonda, I'll get back to you. So Rhonda's energy is bopping in here because they just gave me a picture of. I'm gonna tell you what they did. So they showed me. Let me tell you how funny Spirit can be. So they showed me a donkey and they put Jiminy Cricket on top. So that's how they tell me this. I got Jimmy, who's an ass.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's how I got it.
I got, yeah.
And I'm like, and it's all circled around Florida, which I know Rhonda's family is from Florida, but so I'm like, that's crazy. But anyway, so that's funny. Now also, Jen, did this person, Jen, did she pass when you were young? I like to kick him in the ass.
Aww.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, so while I'm connecting to, I got this picture. So I don't know if they're talking about. It's a memory where there's either a picture. What was that about? Jimmy, in your late 20s. Okay, that's what she makes me feel. I just feel that you were like a young person, like in your like 20s would be fine. That's what she shows me. A picture of like a younger, like a lot younger than I am, girl. And would that be the same for you with this person when she passed? Were you in your 20s? Okay, so they just, I think y'all are piggybacking you two. I think Rhonda's throwing her people in there too. And so when I connect to all these people, what's that about? There's a message for you and Jennifer in here, and I think it's kind of the same, but I gotta figure. I know you, but I don't know Jennifer.
Okay.
So Jennifer, are you working? Are you working right now? Are you working on some kind of project? And then Rhonda, I'm gonna come to you, but I want to give the message to Jennifer and to Alicia, and then I'm gonna come to you, Rhonda. Because they gave me a definite message for these two, but then I need to come to you, Rhonda. But I want to deliver the right message in the right way to both of these young ladies. Jennifer, what kind of work do you do right now? I'm trying to decide my. So what she showed, which your grandma. So listen to this. This goes to you too. So what they showed me when I was asking for the message for you two from the woman that was coming through for both of you, well, both of you had the same type of stuff happening, was they kept showing me a woman who was very strong and very like sure of herself, and she was catapulting like those heavy medicine balls.
Yeah.
And what she's saying to me is, you need to push through what you're pushing through right now
Mm-hmm.
and move to your next goal.
Okay.
So that's the message: is stay strong, move to your next goal, and work through what you need to work through, and prepare for what you need for
That
what's
makes
to
sense.
come.
Yeah.
So you're about to make a big change in your life right now
Mhm.
and move on to something different.
Okay.
So pay attention to that. That was the message coming from the person. Okay. So that's kind of what I saw for you, Jennifer, and for you, Alicia. Now, Rhonda, let's go back to the ass. No, I'm just kidding.
Mhm.
So, Rhonda, when I talking to your people, one of the things that they keep talking to me about you is about community, and it's about staying with community or developing that community. You're welcome, sweetheart, Jennifer. It's about staying with community. They keep showing me you that you keep. It seems like that you're building community around you, but you keep moving it a little or changing. I want you to stay building and working on that, because there's more work for you or more things for you to do within community. Okay, so I want you to pay attention to that, and I want you to start building with that again and start networking more. That's what I keep seeing around you. Okay? All right, sweetheart. All right. I think I did 3 right there.
You did a lot. We did a lot tonight. It was a big night.
Yeah, so all them piggybacks.
Yes.
I love piggybacks. But anyway, so yeah, so this is something new for those who've not seen us before. Was that I've never read for people that I didn't see or couldn't hear. And so I now try to read people without even seeing them, just by you guys being out there in the land of I call it the eye.
Social media.
The
Yeah.
eye that's watching me, and I just
Yes.
give what I get that comes to me, and see what comes up. Who's my school teacher out there? I got a school teacher out there that's watching. Who's my school teacher?
I have someone that works in the legal system, perhaps, because
They came earlier. Do I have a school teacher out there?
mhm.
Somebody just showed me the owl. That's my sign for school teacher or teacher. Do I have a teacher? Nobody's saying anything. Okay. Then I'll let it go. Now you almost got me for another reading. I'll stop.
Yeah. I will
So-
have to talk about your cards in a future class, because I got
I know Jennifer's at school bunch, but then I saw an owl. Not me, but I have 2 nieces who are school teachers. No, I got an owl, and so that uses my sign for school teacher. And so I was wondering if I had a teacher out there, or did somebody have a dead teacher on the other side? Like somebody was in the family that's passed? That'd be the only thing it could be, because that's just my symbol for teacher. So it's either a teacher that's in the audience, or somebody that for me that it would be that's my symbol for teacher, and so it had to be somebody that's either a teacher that's on the other side, or there's a teacher in the chat room. So that's the only thing. You have two, Tina. You have two teachers on the other side. Owls are a symbol in my family. Your mother was a teacher. Okay, so give me a minute, Patricia. Let me see if I got her. Let me just stay with me for a minute, okay, sweetheart? I'm sorry because they stopped me dead cold, okay? But the owl jumped in, and I was like, okay. Now, is your father passed? Is your father passed too, Patricia? Just type me yes or no. Is your father passed as well? There's a delay, so it takes time for them to answer to me. Hold that thought, Stacy. Okay, so Patricia, is your father passed as well? Because a male popped up here. Our mother's talking about a male on the other side, so I want to see this is her husband, which would be your father. Oh, God, yes, he's passed. Okay, that's okay, baby. So also, was your father like funny, like hysterical, joked a lot? Do you understand that about his personality? Because your mother's calling him a clown. So I want to make sure I got the right person. Was he a fun guy, your father? Yes, okay. Your mother's calling him a clown. So yeah, so it's your mom here. So I want to talk to her for a moment, because she's just validating that it's her. So I want to talk about that. Do you understand that your mother passed around a holiday or someone's birthday? It's an important date right about the time she passed. You understand that as well? She gives me my symbol as she drops a candle. Yes, Christmas. Perfect. So she talks about the holiday. Perfect. So not perfect, but
you're on the right track.
She's letting me know that this is her. And were you just watching something on the television, and it had thoughts of your mother, or maybe there was pictures on the television that you were looking at, or on a screen, on a computer, or a television? Do you understand that too? That's weird that she showed me that in my head.
Hallmark.
Were you recently just looking at some pictures of your mom or the family, either on the computer or on a TV or on a screen, is what I'm looking at? Because your mom just took a screen and she threw pictures and photos on it. Okay, so photo popped up on my PC today. Well, know that she was with you when that happened, sweetheart, because she actually showed me that. She showed me like a screen, and the picture popped up on the screen. So know that she's validating that was her with you, my love. And I'm not going to stay long because I'm trying. So, what your mom's? I'm going to ask her what's her message for you. I'm going to just ask this track because I wonder if this is a message or she telling me something. Did your mom? I'm not telling you your mom was a big drinker, but did your mom make great holiday drinks, like in a blender? I gotta ask that question.
That's what you're saying.
Like, did your mom use a blender to blend like drinks? She's either giving me a message to tell you, which I'm going to tell you, or she's trying to show me something else. So I'm trying to decide what this was. No. Okay. So she was a tea time. Okay. So what your mom's saying then is, so what she's telling me that there's something going on in your life right now that you need to start mixing things up a little bit, that everything's getting too monotonous for you. Because what she showed me was a blender, so I didn't know, because you mentioned Christmas, so I didn't know if she's trying to show me like eggnog.
That's totally different from where I would have gone with that, so thank God.
But so for me, when she showed it, first of all, this, because I was asking her to give me a message for you, And then she like shows me like this blender.
Yeah, I was thinking like, okay, maybe Patricia, like
No.
she's saying I'm having a cocktail on the other side,
No.
thinking of you. You need to try this recipe.
No. That's why I asked, was she something? I'm thinking, well, maybe that she's trying to say, you know,
yeah, I
it's time
see
to
that.
celebrate something, but it's not. It's more just saying she needs to start
Change it, mix
change
it up.
things, mix
Yes,
things
that
up a
makes
little
sense.
bit. You know, stop being so rich. She's trying to tell you to just try to mix things up with
something
your life.
different,
Do
yeah.
something different and keep her in your memories.
Yes.
Yes, we're going to race 2 years ago. Life has stopped for me. Yeah, so that's what she's telling you. Mix it up. Get out there and enjoy life again, sweetheart. Okay? All right, folks. I love you guys. You're fabulous, fabulous. We will see you next week.
Next week in our Hawaiian attire. Yes.
But then, well, next week that'll be the following week. That's going to be the
Maybe I am gonna get us some pilgrim stuff then.
Maybe we'll just wear it for both shows.
Maybe.
To see if a Hawaiian shirt.
We'll see. We'll see. You don't know what I show up with for you.
Oh, she's never come through. Oh, well, thank you for letting me read for you, because this is really fun for me and allowing me to practice in a different format. So thank you guys very much. We love you, and we will see you next week.
Have a wonderful rest of your week.
Yes, we will see you next Wednesday. Bye.